CBS News New York is a proud community partner of the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. And this Sunday in Central Park, the Breast Cancer Foundation will welcome walkers and runners to this year's Race for the Cure. The race unites the local breast cancer community and allows people to support those who are facing treatment and celebrate those who are living cancer-free. Joining us now to discuss is Dani Alderman, breast cancer survivor and operations chair for the 2024 Race for the Cure. Dani, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here. I mean, let's talk about your story. You were diagnosed, recently.
Yes, just about this time last year, I was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer. I was 29 years old, just before my 30th birthday. And I found out I had the BRCA gene, and so I was luckily being screened with MRIs every 6 months as a proactive measure, and so I was able to find the breast cancer early in between 2 proactive screenings, and then I had a mastectomy on my 30th birthday, actually, and then went into chemotherapy treatment from there. And now I am feeling much better, cancer-free, and excited to be here to support the Race for the Cure this year.
That is amazing. How does this race support, breast cancer, the fight against breast cancer?
Yes, Susan G. Komen really focuses in 2 main ways. The first is more near term, so helping patients who are navigating, helping them figure out their screening processes, how to get transport to events, and a lot of the emotional support that comes along with the diagnosis. And then on a more longer term, longer scale research, which I'm super passionate about, having the BRCA gene and figuring out breakthroughs and treatments and hopefully cures. So really focusing on the mission of ending breast cancer forever.
Now, what speakers or fun activations are you looking forward to at this walk?
Yeah, one of the things that's super special about the Susan G. Komen events is the community. At the Race for the Cure, they have Hope Village, which is an area where breast cancer survivors, men, women, and patients who are undergoing breast cancer treatment can come and really feel that sense of community, meet each other. I've been at many Susan G. Komen events where I've met women my own age, which has been really helpful to help share tips for treatment and navigating the system. Recently at an event, I met someone who actually had the same oncologist as me, which was really special, so we were able to share that experience. So there's a lot going on at Hope Village, but just in terms of the entire event, you can walk, you can run. There's just a really amazing sense of community and support and people coming together in the New York City community.
And that has to be so important, considering I'm sure you feel so alone the minute you get that diagnosis. What does the Race for the Cure mean to you on a personal level? I mean, I know the first race when you were 4 years old?
Yes, I was 4 years old the last time I was there, so it feels like a bit of a homecoming in a way to be there. It's very special for me. I actually found out about my BRCA gene because of my aunt who was diagnosed at 33 and passed away a few years later because they didn't know about the BRCA gene back then and didn't have the proactive screenings and measures. And so I feel incredibly grateful for the information and the knowledge and the treatment that I was able to get. And so it's really special for me to be able to support, raise awareness about the the physical, and there's also a lot of mental toll that with these patients, and being able to connect with the community, show support, and show women that they're not alone in this struggle is very special. And to be a part of it where I live in New York City in an amazing Central Park, it's incredibly special.
And for those who may be dealing with breast cancer or know someone who is, what kind of advice do you have in dealing with these difficult emotions?
Yes, it's definitely a lot. A lot of times the physical part can maybe even be the easy part for people. There's an emotional toll, there's a financial toll. You're dealing with how your body is changing and going through treatment, and there's physical and mental components there. And so I always tell friends and family of people who are undergoing, is a lot of people reach out and say, let me know how I can help. Something that I really recommend is saying, hey, can I drop off dinner this night, or can I help babysit your kids, and really showing some specific help. It's can be a lot for a person to say, let me know, and kind of putting that burden on them. So I think for friends and family, that's something I always share is, be proactive and suggest an action that you could take. And then for patients or recent survivors, one thing that's been really helpful for me, again, is that community and finding people who have gone through it who can help you find different things that will help, whether it's different diets or things that you can do to help, with your health, or different tips to recover from chemotherapy, really finding people in your community who can help share and, maybe suggest different doctors that you could see. I think it's really important to find those who are undergoing a similar situation.
That's great advice, especially being specific about how you can help somebody. Well, Dani Alderman, breast cancer survivor and operations chair for the 2024 Race for the Cure. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
And I'm so glad you're doing well.
Thank you.
I really am. Now, as we mentioned earlier, CBS News New York is a proud community partner of the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure, which again kicks off this Sunday in Central Park. And for more information about how you can participate or donate, visit komen.org/greater NYC race.